Let's see, Tony's in here. Let's see, Twisted is in here. It doesn't show that I have anybody else in here. Anyway, well, it's a Monday night. So what's going on, guys? Is the audio okay? I'm just trying to use the computer microphone tonight. So hopefully it's doing well. Oh, it looks like we got 4 people in here. Announce yourself that you're here. Um. Anyway, I've been working my butt off on Red last couple days. I should have taken some more video, uh, Sunday when I did some work, but I finally got the uh, MSD put back in it. Got it timed right. That took a little bit to do, but I got the timing right. I got it finally come up and run. And I don't know what I did wrong, but when I first got it, hey Dan, Jason, but I had the timing set way off. I thought I had it at 10 degrees before. When I got it started up and put the timing light on it, it was like 15 after. So I was able to dial it back and get it where it was zeroed out at 10 degrees, where it would run. It sat there and ran for a little bit, and then I retweaked the tune in the MSD box, and ran it up to 36 degrees. That way I can retard my timing just a little bit on the top end, and I got some room to move around a little bit. But I like to run the truck at 34. That's what the truck likes. That's where it had its peak power when it was on the dyno, was at 34. So I have it where it's 25 degrees retarded on the start, which if you all know how to tune MSD is 0 to 25 retard. So you run your timing as where you want it, and then everything's a retard after that. So if I have it at 36, when it's cranking, it's at 11. So I don't get any kickback. And then after 550 RPMs, it jumps up to 18 degrees. That's where the truck likes to idle, is at 18 degrees. And then at 1400, it shoots straight up to max timing at 34. So it revs, it does good, it's happy. I gotta do a little tuning on the EFI still. The AIC, which is the idle air control valve. I got to do a little tuning on that. I finished the battery hold down. I couldn't find mine. I looked everywhere. I thought I knew where it was at. I couldn't find it. So I went over to Home Depot today and got some all thread rod and some flat steel. And I had some angle. I'll be posting a video about it. Well, I'll probably start working on it after we get off this live for a little bit. And then I'll post a video tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening, because I won't get it completely finished tonight. So I'll get the video out tomorrow about how I built the battery box, which I thought was quite ingenious, and the problems I had with the battery box. So after my initial rant, let's see who's all in here. I'm just here talking, y'all listening. I appreciate it. See who's in here. See, we'll start from the top. Twisted Mopar showed up first, because he always does. Tony was second. Then Jason showed up. Dan showed up. Let's see. Turbo Tom's in the house. Let's see. NSB showed up. Okay, I've made it. I can shut down live. NSB's here. Somebody of importance. No face Jason. Oh, his his camera must be messed up again.
Yeah, it completely went out. I'll have a new one tomorrow. I apologize, but yeah, it died a sudden death the other night. We experienced that one, didn't we?
Yes.
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Let's see who else is
Good.
in here.
Uh,
Colleen's in here.
yeah, NSB's
Mean
here.
Street.
Rabbit
Rabbit
Transit's
Transit's in here. Man, I'm getting big dogs in here.
You
I'm
are.
starting to feel important. So what are
Don't
you
get
up
too
to?
big of a head.
Oh yeah, it won't fit in the computer and be like
Right?
this.
Yeah. We got it on split screen. You're gonna need the whole screen, brother. Oh, we're good. I got a lot done to my truck yesterday. I was pretty proud of myself, actually.
That's good.
I was
Yeah,
actually, you were just talking about building that battery box. I started building one myself. We'll have to compare notes when you put that video out, see how we fared with each other. I
yeah,
got
because
my
mine's just a battery hold down. It's not a box. It's just a hold down.
yeah,
So
that's all I did. Just some angle and some, like you said, some all thread and stuff. Just old school.
well,
I got.
that all thread that I bought,
Mm-hmm.
I had to heat it to the moon with map gas to get it to bend.
Oh yeah. I wonder if it
Yeah,
was hardened or
you
something.
well, usually you just kind of heat it a little bit and you can bend it and heat it and bend it. That stuff I had to have it glowing
That's some
because it
Chinesian.
snapped. It just snapped.
Yeah, it will snap if you don't get it hot, right?
But I mean, I've bent all thread before, just to heat it a little bit and bend it,
Yep.
But this
Well,
stuff wanted to be like red hot to bend.
when I was when I wore younger man's clothes, I mean, you didn't even have to heat it. You could just bend it. It was
Yeah,
like
it
a
was good
different
steel.
compound. Yeah. This pot metal shit we got now, just you know.
Yeah, it just snapped. I was like, "What? It's quarter inch and it's quarter inch.
Yeah. Right.
It's
Yeah.
not
It's
like
not
I
like
was
you're
bending like 3/8
you
or
got a
eight.
half inch or something. Yeah.
That stuff should just want to bend."
Yeah. Exactly. Especially quarter inch. You should be able to bend that with your hand.
Yeah. Well, I just need to bend the little J hook on it so it go in the hole.
Yeah. Yep.
But since I just bought two like 1 foot pieces. Well, since one of them broke 3 times, me trying to bend it, I didn't have enough all thread, so I had to go and do my hold down differently.
Yeah. I just used I just use just nuts and one on the bottom, one on the top, and washers, and lock it down into like the bed of the truck, obviously, and then
Yeah,
top. I found these really neat little thumb screws like wing nuts. I was using 3/8 myself, so
yeah,
that shit would have broke if I tried to bend it. So,
right. Well, I
but
mean that's what I got for my fuel cell. That's how I did my fuel cell. I took a angle and just ran around it and welded it together, then drilled holes in the angle,
right.
and then ran 3/8 rod down through the bed with big washers, torqued it all down. It shouldn't go anywhere.
I seen somebody the other day. I don't remember who it was. They posted. They made a dry shaft loop out of all thread, and it passed tech.
Well, no name. Al just got a strap. He cut
Oh,
a, he cut a ratchet strap
yeah.
and screwed it up in there, and I said, "That's good enough."
Huh. I'll be darned. I mean, they
I'm
used to
thinking,
get on us. They used to make us have like 2 inch wide, 1/8 inch wall metal, like a sewer pipe cut, pretty much
yeah.
type of deal.
Well, what I did with mine is I got that what is it, quarter wall 1x1,
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
drilled holes in that, and then got a piece of that flat metal, that 1/8 inch flat metal, and just bent a hoop and
Mm.
screwed it down to it, and then screwed it to the frame.
The last one I made was in my old Mustang. It was like a piece of 6 inch, like a Schedule 40 pipe,
Uh huh.
and I just cut about a 2 inch wide piece, and then just welded, flat steel to it, and I think I
Mm-hmm.
bolted it to the subframe. But I mean, it was heavier than all get out. But I thought that's what you were supposed to have, but evidently no. Who knows?
Yeah, mine should pass, and I mean, I've had some people say, "Oh, they'll never hold the drive line." It's not really supposed to hold it; it's just supposed to contain it.
Correct.
until you get slowed down. That's all it is. It's just supposed to contain it. I mean, the whole thing cost me, I think, what, $30, $40?
Yeah, exactly.
So if I got to build another one,
Whoopee, yeah.
yeah, if the drive shaft comes apart and it tears that one up, which I doubt it will, but if it does, let's build another one.
I still have pieces of that Schedule 40 out in the garage, so that's what I'm going to end up making mine out of. So, because that's just, I don't know, it's just well, I guess it depends on what drive shaft I end up with. If I end up with some big honking aluminum drive shaft, I'm going to go to the pick apart Saturday and see if I can find a drive shaft for it. So,
Yeah.
hoping I can find an aluminum one for it, but I've been doing research, and I think a Dodge Dakota drive shaft is going to be the right length. Every time I pull a car in the shop, I've been getting my tape measure out and measuring the drive shaft because I need one at 58 inches,
Yeah.
And we had I don't know, it's probably like a 01 extended cab Dakota in there, 2-wheel drive. And I was like, oh, it's like 57 3/4. I'm like, sweet,
It'll do it.
Yeah,
As long as it goes up in the transmission far enough.
Yeah. Oh, I got the Dr. Art gave me a shifter last year, and it's a 3-speed shifter. And I've only got a 2-speed trans, but I took in those Power Glides. You're supposed to buy the lever itself that actually goes in the transmission. Of course,
Okay.
you got to take the transmission apart to. They don't bolt on the outside like the Chrysler's got kind of that clamp that goes around the shifts,
Right.
and then the GMs have the bolt. Well, the Power Glide's all one piece that goes all the way through.
Oh
Well,
wow.
the lever was all boogered up anyway because I got that thing out of a barn. A guy gave it to me. It was all bent up, so I just cut it off straight, and then found some heavy angle. It already had a bunch of holes in it, like 3 different positions, and I welded it on. It seems to be working. I mean, I'm sure it needs some fine tuning, but I'm not to the
Sweet.
point where I can put it in gear yet. But we're getting there, man. We're getting there. Baby steps, How's the fuel injection doing on your truck?
Well, that's what I was just saying. I finally got the box put back on it, my MSD box, and I set the timing up like I'd had it before with the MSD box, and now it starts up like a new car. Mostly.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Mostly.
I thought I saw a short. I didn't know if that was earlier stuff, like when you first got it running, or if it was with fuel injection.
No, that was Sunday.
Sure. Okay.
That last short I just posted with it starting up.
Yeah.
That was Sunday. That was after I got everything done and figured out what I was doing wrong on my timing.
Okay, good.
Because for some reason I thought I had it set at 10 degrees, but I had it like 15 degrees after.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So somehow my eye got screwed up when because I got a mark on my distributor where number 1 is at.
Yeah.
And I've had this distributor for 8 years. Back when I had race truck.
Right.
And so I got a permanent mark there where number 1's supposed to be, and I thought I had turned it around, got it to 10 degrees, and then leaned over it, and eyeballed it. Okay, well that should be close. You figure maybe 2-3 degrees out. Eyeballing it.
Well, the older we get, the farther off. The older we get, the farther off our eyeballs are, Travis.
Maybe, but it was popping and cracking and everything. So I got the timing light out there and shot it and was like, well, that's why it's not happening.
That's why it's mad at me.
So I started dialing it around, and once I got to 10 degrees or whatever, it smoothed out and it was happy.
Nice. Good.
And then I let it warm up, and then I went ahead and wound it up to 36 degrees total.
Yeah.
And that's where I locked it in. And then I like to run my truck at 34 because that's where it made most power on the dyno.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's why I have it there.
Yeah, it ought to be happy there. I mean,
yeah, but so I got 2 degrees I can go up with if I want to raise the timing up at the end, towards red line, try and squeeze a little more power out of it.
Right. Are you going to be running your your plate kit underneath that fuel injection? Or
Maybe later. I
okay.
got to buy a new plate because this plate's messed up. The plate I
Oh,
have is messed up.
okay. Got you.
It's also an 8-year-old part too.
Right. Right.
So it's worked great. I can't say anything about Nitrous Express.
Mhm.
It
Does
was it's been a great kit.
does that system have the timing retard in it? So when you would turn the spray on, that it would back the timing up for you.
Yeah, the Sniper does, but I'm not using
Okay.
a Sniper for timing now. But my
Okay.
MSD box does
Okay.
also.
Okay.
And the whole thing is with getting that Sniper with the X-Flow, and they call it the X-Flow Super Sniper or whatever,
Yeah.
right? It has a launch retard in it. It has a nitrous retard. It's got boost retard. I mean,
Great.
so
That's
and
cool.
my 6AL2 programmable has all that stuff too in it.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'll get this one, then I don't have to run a box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you have to run a box if you're more than like 300 horsepower.
I know back when I was running, I had the Digital 6
Mm-hmm.
MSD, and it had all that. You could put you like you said, you either had the launch on a trans brake button, and then I had the scramble button when I grabbed the spray, and it would retard it. How much ever you wanted it to, 8 or 10 degrees or whatever. And
Right, but that one had pots in it, didn't it?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
see, the programmable is all through the computer. You
okay.
program it through the
Yeah, this
computer.
one had the little. You had to turn it like a screwdriver. It had a little click, so
Right.
it wasn't the pills like the earlier one had. But yeah,
Yeah. But see, what I'm going to do is I'm wanting to use that box on Pale Horse, my
yeah.
4-wheel drive.
Hmm.
So what I'm going to end up doing is they actually make a MSD box that is strictly for the EFI, and it
No,
just
turn it back off.
yeah, but it does all the basic stuff that you need for the EFI.
Yeah,
And that's all
that's
it
cool.
does. It's $250. It's just a basic box. I'm gonna get that. Or I was talking to Ken, and he turned me on to the DIS system,
Yes.
which is the individual coils for each cylinder,
Hmm.
and the Sniper will control all that.
So it'll be like an LS pretty much with
Yeah,
the
it'll be
coil
yeah,
near
it'll be
plug.
full nil plug. Yeah.
Yeah, which is
So
which
I
is
don't know
good
if I'll
because
go
if you lose one, you only lose one cylinder. Right now, if you lose one, you lose them all.
right. And the thing is, I might not do that with red, but I got that 360 block with the new truck.
Okay.
So
Oh
what I
yeah, it was
might
in the
end up,
back, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah, what I might end up doing is setting that up as a low compression 408, somewhere around 9.5.
Hmm.
Put aluminum heads on it, and they sell a twin turbo kit for the the Mopars now.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
But all it is just the headers. You got to
Yeah.
put everything else
Yeah.
together. But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's the big part is getting the headers for it.
Hmm.
So I think I'll do that with Copperhead and just make it a twin turbo 408.
I was just getting ready to ask you if you still had Copperhead because I hadn't seen it in quite some time.
It's still sitting back there with the front end taken off and all the parts taken out of it. It's still sitting back there. It ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, because you took the engine out of it and put it in red, right?
Well, see, the original was that motor that's in red now was going to be in Copperhead.
Okay.
And then when the big block messed up on me, I put the
Right.
408 in red.
Right. I was thinking that red was a big block, and then yeah.
Yeah, and Landon has that big block now.
Oh, okay.
He's about ready to put it together, and it's going in his Aspen.
Oh, cool.
So I told him he's just gonna pretty much. I think he's gonna put a different cam in it and maybe smooth out the heads a little bit,
Hmm.
but it'd just be pretty much a stock 440 with an intake.
That'd be pretty cool in an Aspen, though.
There's not a lot of room when you do it. I've seen a couple guys with them, and there's not a whole lot of room.
It'd be kind of like putting one in a Dart. something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about like you got a little more room.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use those like up and over headers like you do with the Dart.
Yeah.
You, they make
Make an under chassis header.
yeah,
for
they
'em.
make an under chat, but only TTI makes them.
Oh, okay.
So you're spending money.
Yeah. Yeah. TTI's proud of their stuff. That's for sure.
Yes, because I had what were they 2-inch? No, they're 1 7/8 to a 3.5-inch collector on the Aspen.
Jeez,
For a
that's a good size
small
header.
block.
Yeah.
That was the biggest header I could get for a small block.
That's pretty good size for a small block. I mean,
And they were like right at what were they? Like right at $1,200, I think. And I didn't
Jeez.
get the coatings or nothing. I just got the cheapest one.
the bare bones.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, what's the cheapest one of the biggest size I can get?
Yeah. What's up, Rob?
How's it going?
Monday night, huh?
Well, helping Dad buy windows and crap, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's been fun. I get to go replace a skylight in my camper that got busted by a tree limb at the club.
Oh no!
Oh, joy.
Oh yeah,
From when that storm blew through.
yep.
All right,
Went out
hold
Sunday
on a
to find that.
I gotta go. Chloe's up here barking. Hold on a second.
So I'm trying to get I'm taking my car to a friend's barn about 30 minutes away from me
Mhm.
so that I can actually work on it. It's so hard not having a garage. I'm sure you can relate.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a whole car harness I've been trying to get in my damn car for the last year, and every time I turn around, it's raining or something. So
Yeah.
I'm taking it to his house. I'll probably have it over there about a month. I'm gonna do that car harness, put electronic steering in it, and while it's over there, I'm gonna do a roof on my house
Oh, okay.
so it's not in danger's way. And it's just, if a shingle rolled off that roof and hit the top of that car, I'd shit myself.
Well,
It's way too nice.
When they did the roof on my house, Red was still sitting where he's at,
Yeah.
And what happened to my camera?
Oh shit, Travis! Am I rubbing off on you? Oh God!
Is it contagious?
There's a virus, Travis.
There we
There we
go.
go.
What happened to it?
Yeah, mine
But
totally crapped out. I got a
made
new
them
one
sign
coming
a
along.
thing saying that they would give me $12,000 for the truck if they damaged it.
Oh,
And the guy's like, "You really want me to sign this?" I said, "Yeah, or you're not doing the work. That's your choice. That's your choice. That truck's almost worth more to me than your life."
Is that when they took your tree down? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the tree wasn't no problem because they had plenty of room to go out the other way with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually hooked on to the tree with their truck and put tension on it when they were cutting
Hold on it. Yeah.
So they made sure it went away from the house and kind of out in the road.
Hmm.
No, that was when I was
luckily
getting
all the trees at my house are all gone, except for the one in my front yard. But I had the big limb cut off that was over top of my house.
Well, I was kind of wishing for that tree Sunday because I was out there. I had to change because I
In
got
the
it.
sun.
Yeah, I got it going.
It got hot here Sunday too.
And then,
Yeah.
well, let's see. I was working on Saturday night, finishing stuff up, and I got it kind of running Saturday night. And I called in sick Sunday so I could just work on the truck all day. Well, I go out there. Well, at first Saturday night, it wouldn't start. I had it running and then it wouldn't start. So I was like, screw it, something's happened. I'm gonna just wait until the morning when I got light. Well, I get out there and I thought the battery was dead, so I hooked up the Jeep to the truck and it's still doing the same thing. So I was like, okay, the battery's not dead. So I got to feeling around, looking around at wires because I just rewired everything for the MSD box. And the solenoid wire had broke free from the starter.
Oh man.
So I climbed underneath there, got it loose, put a new crimp lug on it and put it on there. Go to start it, still nothing. Go to jump it, still nothing. Starter
Took a shit.
So, and I had the big Chrysler starter on.
I saw that short of your
Yeah.
the little one. Yeah.
Well, in order to get that off, I had to take the driver's side header off to get that starter out because it was so big. So 3.5 hours later, I changed the starter.
3
Got
hours
everything put together.
later.
And luckily, I don't have a exhaust leak on the driver's side now.
Yeah.
I used the same gasket. It sealed it back up. I was freaking happy as I could be.
Got her snugged down properly, huh?
Yeah, I was real happy when I fired it up. I didn't have any header leaks.
I was a big dummy and put that big 7-quart kick-out pan on my car.
Mm-hmm.
So when I pull my starter, I have to loosen my header to get my starter out. And it's a mini high torque.
Mm-hmm.
And it's smaller than the one you put on yours. But
Yeah.
I still have to loosen it because of that big dumb kick-out pan I've got.
Dumpy
Well,
coming in there to play with you.
What's crazy is you can buy those Dakota starters for like $150.
Yeah.
But the high torques, the gear reduction starter aftermarket is almost $400. And it's
Yeah, I
almost
know.
the same starter.
Well, I got mine from a local rebuilder that someone with a race car dropped it off to have it rebuilt. It cost $125 to fix it, and the guy never returned to get it. So I bought it for $125.
Oh,
Bonus
damn.
on you.
So I've got a second one that my ex-brother-in-law had given me sitting in my shed as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did that to Bill's. Bill had a Barracuda with a 440 in it, and when those starters first came out, we had pulled it. A guy went and bought a new Dakota, and we were putting some fancy exhaust on it. And Bill was like, "Damn, I wonder if I can use the starter off that Dakota on my race car." So we ordered one and put it on it. It was like a third of the size, and like you said, didn't have to pull the headers and all that crap.
It picked
off.
up a half second too.
It was crazy. Well, it started way easier too, because it's like a 4-to-1 gear reduction or something, man. It's
Something like
crazy.
that, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't
like I
matter
said,
where the timing is that some bitch is turning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with that. That's the cheap thing that Mopar guys can get.
Yeah.
Because you get a starter that's just as good as the aftermarket stuff for $150. And they're readily available.
I think the starter I have on my truck is off like a V6 something, because it's tiny. It is tiny.
What on the?
On the
S10?
S10. It's a little bitty thing.
I think
But
they're
it-
all that small.
But it
Yeah, I think all the LSs were a gear reduction starter from the factory.
They're permanent magnets.
it's a permanent magnet. It's a direct
it's
drive.
coming. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean it'll wing that thing with
Lay Rabbit.
See you, Rabbit.
Later, guys. I always feel
Yeah, I
like someone
forgot
fucking-
he had said he had a drive shaft that was about the length I need in a 6-cylinder Dart or something. I need to read that again. I'll have to go back in the
Yeah.
comments.
Well, the cool thing is about Chryslers and Chevys, they normally use the same U joints, so that'll be
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
You won't have to stagger the damn U joints.
Well, if that's a problem, where I'll just send it over to Driveline.
Yeah,
Tim,
have them
fix
make
her up,
one.
buddy.
Yeah.
Tim is about to leave.
Yeah, he's about to retire. Yeah,
No, he
I'm
is
gl-
retired.
I'm glad he got me my yoke though.
Yeah,
He knew what I needed.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
he came
crazy,
in
when I had the Aspen, I had to buy because the Aspen, the drive shaft was a 90-12. Am I thinking that? How was that?
Oh, on the adapter U joint.
Yeah, because the chunk I had was out of a truck, so it was
Mhm.
It
the
had
one
the
in
big U
between.
joint.
Yeah, it was the one in between like the stock Chrysler and the 1300. Every 1310, whatever everybody uses for drag
Yeah,
racing.
yeah.
It was like a set 1290, and the Aspen yoke was a 1270. So I had to buy and I bought every single one that Parts Store had.
Yeah, then you just start
Oh.
changing cups around and stuff. And, yeah.
And I still got 3 or 4 of those if anybody needs them.
Not on the Cummins. What are you talking about, Dan?
The starter.
Oh, that starter's a bitch.
I've never done one.
It's easy to get to, but it's about as big as that one that Travis took off his truck.
Now
It's a
I did
beast.
a Dirty Mac starter, but it was a little baby one.
Yeah, they got little tiny ones on them.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the same size starter that was on that 454 I changed. I think
Oh,
that's
dude,
about the same
Yeah,
size.
those things are tanks, man. Those old GM.
that's the same
high torques.
starter that used to be on my motor.
Yeah, those things are
Oh, wow.
huge.
Yeah.
Well, Jason knows I had to change that starter twice, basically.
Yeah, he
That
called me.
sucks.
When did you call me? Was it Saturday
I think
night?
it
You
was
called me?
Friday.
Oh, Friday night. Yeah, because I was. What the heck was I doing? I don't remember. I was working on Brenna's car. Yeah.
Yeah, they used that starter clear up into the 90s
Oh,
until
yeah.
they went to a permanent magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what
But
I
Don
did
is
is
here.
it's got the 2 holes on it.
The resistor side
starter
and the
and
starter.
resistance.
Yeah.
I hooked it up to the resistance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I worked
Well.
on a 72 Chevy the other day, a couple weeks ago, and it actually uses that resistor side. So I had the start wire, and then I had the resistor side, which goes up to the ignition.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to make sure I had that shit right. Yeah, this
Yeah.
thing.
Well, they
This
did
guy
that.
had a
Up to 79.
this guy had a stroker 383 in this thing, and I mean it had some compression, and it had been sitting all winter. It had an Edelbrock in it, and the needle seat stuck on it, so it loaded up, and it popped. And Travis, it blew this starter to pieces, dude. It destroyed it. Yeah. So I had to fix all that. I had to put new cables on it, all that, and then I had to rebuild the carburetor, and then I had to set the timing on it because somebody had it screwed up. I got I'm going to be working. I need to make a video of it tomorrow. I'm going to be working on a 55 Chevy pickup truck tomorrow.
Nice.
It's all customed out. It's got Cadillac taillights in the back of it. Well, the brake lights aren't
Oh,
working.
sweet.
The guy's had it to 3 different places and they can't figure it out. So it was funny. He pulls in today. He's an old guy. He's probably about our dad's age. And he was like, and I walk out and I was like, oh, I said, Jason told me you were bringing that in for the brake lights. And he's like, thank God you're not 20 years old. He's like, every fucking where I take this, he's like, these kids don't know shit. He's like, I bet you'll be able to fix it for me. No problemo. I was like, yeah, I'll get you, buddy.
Well, it's one of the simplest damn systems ever.
I know. And he's like, yeah, they put a new brake light switch in. They did this. They did that. I'm like,
It's
he's
probably
like, he says, look at these taillights. They're out of a Cadillac. I was like, yeah, those are out of a Cadillac, aren't they? He's like, they worked until they
ground
didn't.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a ground loose or something somewhere.
most likely.
Yeah,
if it's got the fiberglass bed sides.
It's a really old build. Remember when they did the whole pastel colors and it was a flat color and it's like a 2-tone. I'll make a little video of it, or at least I'll put a post up of it. And it's a really old build, but it's cool as shit. They Frenched in the antenna in the front bubble fender, and then they made it like a spider web around it. It's really neat, really cool, and it's like a Lincoln antenna. It's a power. It comes out, and it's a really old build.
Who'd you say that started doing that French end thing that we were talking about?
Oh man, that was a guy. It's not the guy that does the Tequila Sunrise paint jobs, but it's another. He's gone now.
We watched that video on YouTube years ago.
Yeah,
it's just stuck out in my head.
He was on that show that Jesse James did, where they made the trash truck out of the cars. And all that weird shit.
Monster Garage.
Yeah, Monster Garage. The old guy was on there, and right after that, he passed on. And that was the guy that pretty much invented that deal. He would take a piece of muffler pipe.
He did so many.
Yeah, he would take a piece of muffler pipe and then he would weld a washer on the end. That's where the antenna went in. Then he would stick it in the fender and he would weld around it. Well, then he would cut off the excess and grind it down. And it was so cool to watch him do it. And he was chewing on a cigar, and it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, he made those body filler louvers on that dude's Mustang.
Yep.
Instead of getting the ones that you actually glue on or whatever, he made this thing out of actual Bondo.
Wow.
And it looked absolutely perfect.
I'm looking that up right now. See if I can figure out who
I
it is.
bought an El Camino one time years ago. The guy told me, he says, "Well, I've already paid for the hood to get louvered, so you just got to take it down to the guy and he'll do it for you." And he did it the old way, where he cut the metal and then bent it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to watch him do that. That was kind of interesting.
Man, those
See.
that art it's lost.
I'm
I
sure it
don't.
is.
There's so many things now that people just didn't, keep the interest in to keep it alive.
That's why
Yeah.
I want to do a video with Dad doing some lead work on the truck.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a lost art right there.
Eugene
he's
Vick.
badass.
Eugene
Yep,
Vick.
that's it. Vic.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's his name. I had to look it up real quick to remember who it was.
We tried to re-lead the seams on my sail panels on the Camaro. The first time we tried to restore it, and
Yeah, Dan, close to the heartbeat stripe. Yes. It's
but,
two-tone.
Dad had to.
It's two-tone, like pale yellow and pale blue. You'll get to see some pictures of it. Sorry, guys.
But no, we tried to re-lead the seams on the sail panel and the roof of my Camaro, and because I didn't have a roll bar or anything in it when I raced it the last time. I had frame connectors, and it was running 12 O's, and I cracked the driver's side seam at the sail panel on the roof where the lead seam was.
Mm-hmm.
So Dad just melted it all out and put Duraglass in it, and it's not cracked since. That shit's like rocks. Oh yeah, every once in a while he would still do some where he's at now. He had an old Cadillac he was doing quarter panels on, and he melted a lead seam in.
I thought the lead went out in like early 60s,
90s?
late 50s.
No,
Really?
shit, no. I think I want to say I was still in high school when they started doing plastic in Bondo,
Mm-hmm.
where my dad was working at the time. So
Wow.
that was in the 90s. I graduated in 95. So it was probably late 80s, early 90s when they finally quit with lead.
Wow.
But again, he'd get an old hot rod in there, like an old 66 Chevelle or old 55 Bel Air, and to keep it all original, he would lead the seam back in.
Wow.
I got a Draggy, and I tested it out on the Honda earlier.
Yeah.
Ran 1688.
I was about to say, did it just come up with a sundial?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It said, "Please wait." We got this spot over here in Mexico where we get on the highway, and you can only get on the highway heading one direction, and it's kind of uphill. And
Mhm.
luckily nobody was behind me, and they just redid the highway. So as soon as I got on the flat spot, it says stop the vehicles. I stopped, and I looked, there wasn't any traffic coming. I'm like, I hope I don't blow the timing belt out of this bitch, but I'm going to let it fucking eat, just to see if this thing works. It said, but what was really impressive to me was it said it had a 60-foot time of 205. I mean, for a little tiny car with a little tiny motor, that's pretty good.
Dude, those Hondas always take off, though. They always
Oh
took
yeah,
off.
they're not
good.
pushing a whole lot of weight.
No, yeah, right. But it was fun. I mean, I was digging it. And
Now with the Draggy, is it just an app on your phone, or do you have to get a box that goes in your car?
so you've got it's an app on your phone, and then you've got a OBD2 connector that's a GPS pretty much. And
Okay.
yeah. So
it wouldn't work for red.
no, unfortunately. Now if you got, so there's two versions. You could get the Draggy that goes in your OBD2, which I have, and the only reason I got that was so I can program the truck off the phone.
Gotcha.
But
So,
you
Blake-
can get a box that just you stick on your dash, and that's your GPS unit. Then it links to your phone. So there,
O-
yeah, you can.
Okay,
It'll
you just wire it in.
No, it's just you just plug it. You just plug it in your cigarette lighter and stick it on
Well,
the
that's what I'm
dash.
saying. I mean, you
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
hook
It's
it
not a
up and
yeah,
go.
and then it links to your phone, and it uses your phone's GPS, and yeah, it's pretty neat. You know.
Well, like there's a group of guys that do uh,
What's up,
index
Blake?
racing on the
Yeah,
street and using draggy,
yeah, yeah.
and it works really well for them.
I want one for the Camaro so I can mess around with it.
Well, when we
but
were
I just
at
got one in the truck.
we were no names. I was talking to Andy, and Andy had
Mhm.
just got one, and he said, "Dude, I took this thing down the highway, and he took it down the highway like that morning, and did a rip with it, and then
Mhm.
he ran it down the track, and he was like, it was dead nuts. It was crazy
Wow.
how accurate it was.
Hey, Wendy showed up.
What's up, Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy.
Blaker, what's
I didn't
happening?
want to talk while he was
Blake
talking.
what showed up. See, like
How-
I said, I'm getting all these big people in here.
Yeah, man.
I feel important.
We're all important to somebody.
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah, Blake said we like ours sucks sometimes when the satellite won't link. Yeah. I was lucky it was clear. There was no clouds and stuff because, yeah, it will freak it out. It did. There's a little note in there like, oh, be cautious on cloudy, rainy days. It might not want to.
Like you're gonna be doing something when it's raining, right?
Exactly. Well, we did have storms coming in today, but I was in my piece of crap Honda. So
North Carolina got hit with 2 tornadoes already.
Dang. It didn't. It was supposed to start raining here like 4 o'clock today, and it hasn't rained.
we've had
It's
some
been threatening
little,
rain every day.
yeah, we've had some little
It just
pop-ups here.
rained.
Yeah,
It just rained a few minutes ago.
dude.
For a minute.
Yesterday morning, like 5 o'clock, we had some badass lightning and thunder.
Mm-hmm.
My dogs were pissed.
Well, I'm hoping the weather stays the way it is, and I'll probably be able to drive red to work maybe Wednesday.
Heck
Or
yeah, that'd
Thursday.
be awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's just a 6 mile ride straight, so I ain't too worried about it. It's not a long tow home, let's put it that way.
It'd be hard for me to drive to work. It's 17 fucking miles for me going to work.
Well,
But I hope to get that thing. I hope by the end of June I have that thing where I can drive it because I've got so much stuff going on, kids graduating and all that kind of shit going on.
Yep. I got my last one graduating.
I was up in Findlay Saturday all day with Hannah graduating from Findlay University.
Mm-hmm.
It was neat. She trains the service dogs, and the service dog walked across with her to get her diploma. It was pretty sweet.
Awesome.
She tripped her going up the stairs though. She didn't want to go up the stairs. Hannah was like, "Come on, come on, come on." Finally, she went and then she stopped. Hannah was like right over top of her.
Oh Lord.
Blake, buddy, what are you drinking?
Started listening to Imagination Dragons.
Hey, he's not drinking anything. I think he's eating some edibles there.
Yeah,
Shrooms?
right. Some shroomies or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only time you see the dragon.
Magic dragon.
I was like, I
Now,
don't know if I
imagine-
told you. You know, my wife, she likes edibles.
Mhm.
Well, she had some, and one of the dogs got a hold of it.
Oh, no.
The dog's back legs wouldn't work for 2 days.
The dog was high till he pooped.
Yep. But yeah, I was
Oh,
like, you
shit.
broke the fucking
Yeah.
dog. She says, I didn't do it on purpose. I'm like, you broke the dog. The dog is broken now.
I got what you said, Blake. I know what you mean. Magic Dragon.
I sure as hell didn't.
Good.
It reminds me of Cheech and Chong. I had to follow a little bastard around for 3 days.
Yeah. It's part Labrador, man.
Dog
It's
ate my
pretty
stash.
good. It's part Michoacan and Labrador.
What is that stuff they have over in Europe? That fairy drink or whatever that's supposed to make you hallucinate.
Oh, absinthe?
Absinthe, yeah.
Yeah, they used to make that in Dayton, Ohio. Believe it or not,
Really?
where we're from. Yes, that was a big drink. Yeah, that shit'll. Yeah, that's not good stuff,
Dan, what the fuck?
huh?
This.
That movie is retarded.
Oh yeah, that movie is.
Oh God. Oh,
What movie is that?
you got to look it up.
Yeah, look it up. There's another one. It's
So just
called,
look it up. Waylon Jennings, Cocaine Bear.
there's another one called Due Date where the guy gets his fucking dog high and it's not good and he's doing something bad in the back seat. The dog is. It's Zach Galifianakis and fucking Robert Downey Jr. It's
Oh,
so
God.
bad. Great movie, but it's some weird shit. All right, boys, we have officially reached the weird hour. It's because we backed you up an hour, huh, Trav? It's dark outside.
Well, yeah, that's true. And it didn't help. I was still hurrying up to eat dinner and get out here and get
Right.
everything set up. And I had to upload my video I made to my computer so I can start editing it. tonight.
Well, new guys appreciates it. They're cool, man. They were.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to
Yeah.
jump on there.
No,
And see
Levi was live for a few minutes. I went in there and chatted with him for a minute
him.
just before I jumped over here.
Yeah, I jumped.
But
over
on a
that.
normal Monday when I'm not doing shit,
Yeah, because I was running around. I was getting gas and getting beer and everything, and I was like, "Crap! I gotta get home." Travis on at 8:00, and then I get down here and I click on this says 9:00. Well, for me 9:00, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!"
time change got
I
you.
was like, "All right, well, I
The
can."
time
Get...
zone got you.
And then I remembered, oh shoot, my camera's dead. But yeah, I got a new one coming tomorrow, so we'll be.
How
Good.
did you? What's he saying?
How do you like Skynet controlling old Red?
Well, it's just controlling the fuel, and it starts like nearly a new vehicle now. I mean,
Tree
two cranks and it fires over. Do what?
It says with the tree bark. Yeah, when you find that movie, you'll get it.
Okay.
Oh,
get to
man,
look
it is
for it.
hilarious.
So Roadbeard had 6 on his light. Oh yeah, I was on Roadbeers too. Sorry.
It'll
I didn't see
climb.
road beers.
It'll climb for him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when I first started doing lives, I was getting like 5 and 6.
Shit, when I first started doing lives, there was 1, and it was Don.
Yeah.
It was literally it.
And,
And we couldn't do this. We couldn't have people on with it. It was just me
right.
talking to the people in the chat. And that's back when Tony only had like 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my, how we have grown.
Yeah. And using StreamYard is awesome. I like using StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard is what really got it going, and then now Google and YouTube have got that like live with me or something, but you can only do 2. Like you can have one other person come in with you.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but I'm sure that'll change real quick.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Well, I went ahead and
What's up,
signed
Tony?
for the year or whatever, so I could get
And Mohawk.
Hey, Mohawk.
so I wouldn't have to worry about my time and everything.
Yeah.
What's up, Mohawk? Probably come in here. I'm probably gonna wind this down here in about 10 minutes or so.
Who's that lady that used to join in? Her dad is a racer. I forgot her name. I don't know, Dan. Trying to think who you're talking about, bud.
Yeah, if I
Oh.
switch my
He's talking about Jackie.
oh
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been so damn busy. She doesn't have time.
Yeah, they're very busy racing. They went on a hiatus like I did, and they're hard at it now.
But if I switch my fuel injection up, because I want to go eventually boost it, because spray is just too damn expensive now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But my Phytech, it runs good now, but getting it running, it was a son of a bitch.
I had
But-
no good luck out of Phytech.
Oh, it runs great now. I just had to figure it out. And
It's like
the
we've
biggest
got.
issue I had was getting the throttle blades reset and then getting the idle learned in order to be able to start it. That was the biggest problem out of it.
We've got the
Well,
multi-port one on Dad's, and it's a pain in the ass.
Well, I think we got
mine,
bigger problems than that.
Well, we got mechanical problems on it. Yeah.
I had all kinds of problems out of the booster pumps.
What's
You know,
up,
they had
Jeff Rowe?
On the
canister-
pump shots? Really?
Huh? Yeah,
On the
it
pump
had the
shots of it?
canister, you know, where you hook up your Holly and it pumps into that and then it kicks it up to the 60. Well, I got stuck on the side of the freeway one night.
Mm-hmm.
It just died. And someone says, "Oh, well, just take your wrench or something, tap on the side of it, and it'll start work." And sure enough, it did. And I just turned around,
Yeah.
drove it home. And
Oh,
then
well.
we were at the track one night, me and Bruce, and the thing just burned up or something. It just quit working. So he told me back to his house, and I'd given him the 750 that was on the motor whenever I had it dynoed. And I went ahead and just threw it on there and ran the low pressure fuel to it just so I could drive it home. I said, I'll figure out the Phytech later. And heck, that car woke up. It was like a whole different car. I was like, well, I ain't putting the fucking Phytech back on there again.
Well, there was a big issue when they put the throttle bodies out. I don't know why they did it, but I had to actually take the screws off the throttle blades until they were completely closed,
Mm-hmm.
and then turn it to where the blades just started to open, and then started the car. And this is after we got it started for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on the front and rear throttle blades. There's two screws.
Yeah.
And once I got that set, dude, that thing fires right up and it'll run all day. Yep.
Well,
I got my fans adjusted. I've got my water pump hooked up to the system, everything.
mm-hmm. That's cool.
But
one of the
I'm
reasons I
limited because it's not a power adder.
right. Well, the thing is, like with the Phytech, I think it was rated for like 550 or 650 CFM, the one I had. And the reason I went with the X-Flow, because I was going to go with the Sniper anyway. I was looking at it. And the regular Sniper is 650.
Mm-hmm.
The X-Flow is pretty much the same thing, but it's an 850 to 900 CFM setup.
Right.
And I was running an 850-ish. It had been blended and tuned a little bit. It was probably closer to 9.
Right.
So I'm figuring it should have enough air running through it for that motor. Because that motor loves CFM. You know, a lot of people
I'm
are
not
like,
sure
you
what
run an
this one is.
850 on that? I was like, yeah.
I think they said it was equivalent to an 800 on mine, but I
Okay.
can't say
Well,
100%.
Because mine was what? I bought that in 15, I think. Yeah, I bought mine in 15. When did you get yours?
My Phytech,
Yeah.
that would have been in 19.
19. So see, they might have done some R&D and got some things straightened out.
Oh, mine was still a fucking Flintstone compared to what they have now. They got
Yeah.
so much more stuff now in the same system I have. It's completely different from where I bought mine.
Yeah.
They don't even sell my setup anymore. It's a totally different one now.
Well,
But you can ask Jason. I can rip all the way up and down the street with that thing, and it's flawless.
Yeah, it's
No.
running good now. But
But
it was a pain in the
getting it
ass,
there?
though. Yeah.
I about tore it off.
Yeah,
Well,
when we
the
first
guy
got
I-
it fired up in the garage, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but it wouldn't burn your eyes though, which was really cool.
Yeah.
see, the reason I want to go fuel injection is because I want that easy start. I'm tired of tuning carburetors,
Yep.
you know. And if I get this thing working right, well, I'll probably buy another one for Pale Horse when I get it running, you know.
Yep.
And it'll be nice because if I want to take it off road, I don't have to worry about buying an off road carburetor,
Yeah.
you know, so I can get it in all kinds of weird, out of shape areas and it won't cut out on me.
Well, I helped a couple people get theirs going after I had got mine because they couldn't figure it out. And it's worked good.
Tom.
Tomato, hush.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. But I was kind of thinking today, what I might end up doing with that truck is I might see if I can get a 6.4 and a 6-speed out of a newer truck and put that
Oh,
in.
yeah.
I think that'd be really cool. And then it would pull a house down because those truck 6.4s are like what are they 530 foot-pounds of torque or something like that.
Man, I'd like to try to implement a new 6-speed behind my 350. I think that'd be sweet.
I think
But
my
I
neighbors
bet
are
that
washing their
converter
car.
is expensive.
What's up, Trav?
I think my neighbors are washing their car.
It's a
In
little
the
late.
dark? I can't see shit. It's dark.
I can
got
hear the
this-
hose over there.
I got this weirdo neighbor that mows his fucking grass in the dark. Like, bitch, go to bed.
That's something I got to do if it doesn't rain tomorrow. I got to mow my grass.
Gosh, I mowed
Oh,
mine
look.
yesterday.
Jeff decided to drop into my live.
Oh, yeah. Jeff Earl's been here for a minute.
Oh, has he? I just seen him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's been in here harassing Dan.
Oh, okay. hey, since I've noticed you in here, Jeff, are we still up for the race, or are you gonna be the one without the car this year?
No, Jeff's down. It's on. I already told him I'm going for a ride in that bitch, too.
That big old land yacht.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be in the back seat, kicking it with a fucking scotch and coke. Cigar hanging out the side window. Hey, Jeff, does the back windows on that T-Bird, do they slide back instead of down? I saw that on Steve Magnotti's thing the other day. I was curious. That would be pimp.
Yeah, I do believe they're washing their car.
Wow. Jeff said, we are racing. God bless America. Gonna be a whole lot of bald eagles underneath the hood of that baby doll.
Oh yeah. Well, Jeff, I might have a stipulation on the race because I might not have nitrous on the truck when I get to No Name.
He ain't got no nitrous. You're fine.
He had nitrous last year.
He did?
I think he was setting up for nitrous last year.
Oh, he said they roll down. Okay.
But yeah, me and Jeff were talking about it. And we were like near dead even because he's got a little more power, but I'm lighter, so we should.
Yeah, he's got a big old car. That's for sure.
Yeah. So we should be almost even on the race. It should be a really close one, depending on how we do the lights.
So he's got a trans brake on the way, 4500 converter, and a two-step. Yeah, man.
Well, you ain't never gonna drive that thing on the street, are you?
Yes.
I got a 4500 too. It's sitting over here on the ground.
I've got a 3600 in mine, and I love it.
Man,
I put a 35 in mine so I could actually drive it.
I need a stall for mine. It's going to be retarded. I'm going to put it in gear and it's going to die.
Bang!
I've really been thinking about I've been looking at dump valve setups on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can get like 500 more RPMs. I've really been thinking about it. Yeah, Jeff said no nitrous.
Okay, so it will be should be a good even race with us. Really should.
I can't wait, man. I'm freaking stoked.
Yeah, the last things I got to get is I got to get a new helmet, and I'm gonna get the roll bar for it and new harnesses.
Yeah, I'm working on the roll bar now, and once I get all the bars cut, Hunter's going to come over and do some fancy welding for me. We've already discussed that.
I got my belts and my jacket. I haven't got my helmet yet.
I need a new helmet. I have the same helmet that was in the videos the other night that I released from 2003. Yeah. Yeah, I need a new helmet. It's a Snell 2000, so that tells you how old it is.
Well, my helmet, I left it out here in the carport, and a mouse or something got to it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it turned the inside out. So.
Mm-hmm. You think with all them cats, you wouldn't have no mice?
I know.
Damn cats! I'll tell you, my dachshund has caught more mice than my fucking cats have.
Man, you saying like that cat ain't caught nothing? That cat as a kitten caught one.
Not since then. She has not caught one since then. And actually, Chloe cornered it, and then she caught it.
Yeah.
So my little badass 14-year-old blind deaf dachshund catches mice before the cat will.
Well, my cats, I think, are like that short I seen where it's a rat, but the cat's sitting there cleaning the rat, just licking it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just getting a taste of it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, I had 2 really good males, and they both died. But I mean, it was funny. One of them, he had one in the corner. He was slapping it around, playing with it, and the other male sitting there looking at him, watching him do it. And after about 5 minutes, the other male walked over there and broke the mouse's neck and then spit it at him like, "Quit playing with it, just fucking eat it."
We're playing with your food.
Well, we had cats forever, and then
what's a converter?
We had
someone driving a stick shift.
Yeah. Yeah, the converter. He's got a variable converter.
A variable converter.
It's like that fucking Fiat we got at the shop with the automatic transmission, but it has a goddamn dual slipper clutch instead of a torque converter.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
That sounds worse than what were the variable gear transmission or whatever.
Oh yeah,
CVTs.
CVTs, yeah.
Well, this is a CVT.
Variable something transmission.
Yeah, it's a constantly variable transmission, and it has no torque converter. It's a fucking weirdest thing you ever seen.
Well, Ford has that same automatic that has that weird ass converter that's a clutch. When you hit the brake, it's like it goes into neutral. As soon as you let off the brake and hit the gas, it feels like you dumped the clutch.
Yeah, it has a little hydraulic unit on the top of it that disengages the clutch. And that's what we're having problems with now because we bought a used transmission because you can't find them new, because they're CVTs. And,
Jeff, I thought you were taller.
Well, what I found odd was that 90 has a hydraulic clutch.
Yeah.
I didn't think they went to hydraulics until the new body style.
Oh God, no! They went to hydraulic in late '80s.
Yeah, Rangers had hydraulic clutches way back when. Mustangs had Kalos, but yeah, the Rangers had hydraulic clutches. Well, I had a '87 Ranger that had a hydraulic clutch in it.
Yeah.
The old shop truck.
Well, guys, it's after 9, so I think I'm gonna have to shut this down because I still got to go work it in the morning. So
yeah, you got to get up at dark 30. So
yeah, 4:30.
All right. Well, have a good night, man.
Yep. Thank you all for showing up.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat. Yeah. Had a good time.
Yeah.
So,
people bitch about those cables because they break or they get hung up, whatever.
Damn, the quadrants go bad in them, and
yeah. I think there's a kit to make those old clutch ones a hydraulic.
There is. Yep. Well, I did that on that Jeep. I converted the manual to the linkage to a clutch. So. All right. And that was an 86, and it actually had the provisions in the firewall. All I had to do was drill it out. So yeah.
For the hydraulic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
see you, Tom, and everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up, and we'll do this. We'll do this next Monday, and be looking for that video tomorrow of the battery box.
I'll be on tomorrow at 8:30 if anybody wants to stop in for a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
I'll jump on your live tomorrow night.
Cool.
Hopefully, I'll have my camera by then.
They sell them.
Will be No Face Jason again.
Yeah.
They sell those on Amazon.
That's where I got it from, and it's on the way. So yeah.
Gotta love a good smart ass.
That's right.
All right, guys. I'll catch you later.
Take it easy.
All right, later, man.
Be good.